Every year, they forgot me, not by accident. I see that now. They'd post those perfect pictures of the family table, 20 chairs full, laughter spilling out of the captions. Merry Christmas from all of us, they'd write. All of us except me. Afterward came the usual excuses. Oh, we thought you were traveling. You didn't confirm last time. Or my favorite from Emily, my brother's wife, you're always so busy. Busy, like being alone with some kind of full-time job. So this year, I didn't wait for the disappointment. I got ready for it. I bought myself a house, a cabin in the mountains, quiet, glass walls, blanketed in snow. The kind of place people imagine retiring to. Or dying in peace. Remote, expensive, and, most importantly, mine. I posted photos on Christmas Eve with the caption, "Best Christmas gift I could ask for." I didn't expect what came next when the group chat buzzed. I almost ignored it until I saw my mom's name. "Your brother and Emily have some news," she wrote. Then came his message, "We're moving in with you for a while." No question mark. No request. Just a statement. That's when I smiled for the first time in years. My brother Daniel had always been the golden child. The air warmed when he entered a room and cooled when I did. He married Emily, who quickly learned which side of the family had more power. Together, they built a quiet little kingdom of exclusion. I was a shadow, the quiet one, the afterthought. I learned that role well, silent enough to be underestimated, calm enough to be ignored. But when I heard they were moving in, I realized something. They had no idea what they were walking into. 2 years earlier, Daniel borrowed $40,000 from me, said he needed it for home renovations. I wired it over, no contract, because I still believed in family. He never paid me back. Then last year, I learned from a cousin that he sold our father's old workshop. The one he swore we keep forever. He sold it, pocketed the money, and called it clearing debts. That was the moment something inside me snapped. Not from anger, that came later, but from clarity. I finally saw what I'd always been, the disposable sibling. The placeholder. So, I started keeping receipts, literal ones. Screenshots, bank transfers, emails. Every word, every dollar. Anything that could someday become a weapon. When I bought the mountain cabin, I didn't tell anyone the full story. I'd bought it under a holding company. On paper, it wasn't mine at all. It belonged to a real estate trust with very specific lease terms. I made sure of that. When Daniel and Emily showed up in January, they came carrying boxes, suitcases, and entitlement. Emily wandered through the living room like she was inspecting a hotel suite. "This place is nice," she said, glancing around. "Could use warmer lighting, though?" Daniel smiled like he owned the place. "We'll make it cozy." I offered them coffee. They declined. They were already home. For 2 whole months, I let them believe it. They unpacked, rearranged furniture, even turned my study into their office. I just watched, quiet, patient. When they asked about bills, I told them everything went through the trust. They didn't ask more. They never did. By March, they were talking renovations. Daniel wanted to knock down a wall. Emily was picking paint colors. That's when I made my move. I called the lawyer who handled all the trust's paperwork, told him it's time. The next day, Daniel and Emily got a letter from the property owner. A legal notice. The trust had decided to end their occupancy agreement immediately. Failure to vacate within 7 days will result in legal action, it read. Daniel stormed into my room, face red, letter trembling in his hand. "What the hell is this?" I looked up calmly. "Guess the owner changed their mind." He shoved the paper toward me. "You said this place was yours." I tilted my head. "Did I?" The silence that followed was almost beautiful. That flicker of realization in his eyes, the exact moment he understood. 2 days later, I sent everything, the unpaid loan, the workshop sale records, the fake statements, to my lawyer, the same man who represented the trust. Daniel and Emily soon got another letter, a notice of pending civil action for financial fraud and property misrepresentation. That same week, I posted one final photo. The empty living room, sunlight spilling across the wooden floor, captioned, "Peace looks good on me." When the lawsuit hit public record, the family started calling. All of them. "How could you do this to your brother?" They cried. I laughed softly. I didn't. He did it to himself. I just wrote the ending. They called me heartless, cold. Maybe they were right. But cold is what you become when you've been left out in the snow too many times. The cabin is quiet again now. No laughter, no whispers. Just the fire crackling and the wind pressing gently against the glass. Sometimes I scroll through those old Christmas photos, 20 chairs, 20 smiles, and I think, if they'd left just one for me, maybe none of this would have happened. But they didn't.